Again come to the T rise time. The rise time is the time taken to rise the collector current from IC to 0.1 IC, and then it is the time taken that is known as TTN, and TR is the rise time. It is the time taken to rise the collector current from 0.1 IC to IC. This one is the curve for your rise time curve. In that case, the collector current IC value which will start increasing in nature, and then the collector current IC value increases from 0.1 IC to IC value. In other way, we can say the rise time also depends as the time taken to fall the collector emitter voltage from VC 0.9 VCE to 0.1 VCE. And after this point, it is observed that the IC value, collector current value will maximum, and the junction will break down, and we can say the IGBT which will be turned on. And then comes to the another segment, that is the IGBT turn off process. The switching characteristics during turn off or turn off mechanism of IGBT. So entire turn off process is now divided into two different intervals. One is TDF, that is turn off delay time. Second one is your TF, that is falling time. What is TDF? It is defined as the time taken to fall the collector current from IC to 0.9 IC. The time taken to fall the collector current level from IC to 0.9 IC. Or in other way, we can also say the turn off delay time or TDF is also defined as the time taken to rise the collector emitter voltage from 0.1 VCE to 0.9 VCE. Then it is also known as your turn off delay time. And then again after turn off delay time, whenever the curve is sharply downward in nature, and the collector current value which will be also sharply downward in nature, and again the collector emitter voltage VC value start increasing in nature, and whenever you reach at this instant, then it is observed that another interval arises, that is TF, that is your falling time. It is the time taken to again fall the collector current from 0.9 IC to 0.1 IC. It is the time taken to fall the collector current from 0.9 IC to 0.1 IC, that is known as your falling time. Then after this point, again it is observed that the collector current value will be again 0, and the collector emitter voltage will be again reaches maximum value. So top falling time also depends as the time taken to rise the collector emitter voltage from 0.9 IC to VCE, 0.9 IC to 0.1 IC, or at the time taken to rise the collector emitter voltage from 0.1 VCE to 0.9 VCE, and then rises from 0.9 VCE to VCE. So that time nothing but is a falling time. So the entire addition of TDF plus TF known as your falling time. So entire switching characteristics curve, now study this curve in two different modes, that is in on process and off process. The total turn on time of the IGBT is divided into two parts, two intervals, sub intervals, that is TDN plus TR. And then similarly the total off process of the IGBT now also divided into two different intervals, that is TDF plus TF. TDF known as turn off delay time, TF known as falling time. TDN known as turn on delay time, TR known as your rise time. So T on plus T off, that is equal to T, the total time taken to complete the IGBT switching characteristics from on process to off process. Then the turn on time is composed of two components as usual, delay time TDN and rise time T1. The delay time is defined as the time in which the collector current rises from leakage current ICE to 0.1 IC, the final collector current, and the collector emitter voltage falls from VCE to 0.9 VCE. The rise time is defined as the time in which the collector current rises from 0.1 IC to IC and collector emitter voltage falls from 0.9 VCE to 0.1 VCE. So I have told earlier TON is equal to TDN plus TR. The turn of time TOFF consists of three components: delay time TDF, initial fall time TF1, final fall time TF2. The delay time is defined as the time when collector current falls from IC to 0.9 IC and BC begins to rise. Initial fall time is the time during which the collector current falls from 0.9 IC to 0.2 IC and the collector emitter voltage rises to 0.1 VC. The final fall time is defined as the time during which collector current falls from 0.2 IC to 0.1 IC and 0.1 VCE rises to final value VCE, so that we can write here the total of time TOFF is equal to TDF plus TF1 plus TF2, where TDF is delay time or turn of delay time, TF1 is initial fall time, TF2 is final fall time. Then what are the advantages of IGBT? The IGBT having several advantages over other power transistors. We have discussed now one by one. Several advantages are there. That is, first advantages is lower gate drive requirements. Means the gate circuit of IGBT requires lesser number of driving circuits, lesser number of driving components. Hence, the IGBT having lower gate drive requirements. Second advantage, that is low switching losses. Means the IGBT having switching losses is very less, as here the gate is completely isolated from the drain to source terminals. Hence, the IGBT having possess low switching losses characteristics. Then third advantage, that is small snubber circuit requirement. As you know that the snubber circuit is used to protect the IGBT under high dV/dt condition or over voltage conditions. Snubber means the connection of a resistance in series with a capacitance, that the series combination whenever connected in parallel across the IGBT, then that shows the snubber circuit. So that like ACR, here also snubber circuit requirement is there, but in ACR smaller snubber circuit is required, but in IGBT here smaller snubber circuit is required. Next one, the fourth one, that is high input impedance. The input impedance of IGBT is very high. Input impedance of IGBT is very high. That's why having low switching losses. If input impedance is very less, then having high switching losses arises. And the IGBT is nothing but a voltage control device, but BJT is a current control device. The temperature coefficient of on-state resistance is positive and less than the power MOSFET. Hence, less on-state voltage drop and power loss. Enhance conduction due to bipolar in nature. Bipolar means the device conducts due to both the action of electron carriers and the hole carriers. Then next one is the enhanced conduction due to the bipolar nature. Last one is the better safe operating area. Safe operating area means The IGBT should operate within a safe limit, otherwise it will be create some disturbances. Disadvantage of IGBT are showing below: cost, latching up problem, high turn-up time compared to power MOSFET.